Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we are going to be working on Bloodmouth Trudger. Essentially a snake-like demon in the demon realm. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. I gotta switch back over to my demon realm swatch, because currently I'm working on the thumbnail for the next series that I'm working on. You want a little peek? Here it is, right there, with all the background and stuff in the outline process. Yeah, there you go, folks. That's going to be coming out not soon, but later, like somewhere around the 26th. Yes, no, 27th. That's where Minecraft would be, but Minecraft is now being put, well, not yet, but is going to be put on hiatus soon. Same with Terraria. So anyways, yeah, we're going to be doing that. But for now, we're doing this. Anyways, we not too long ago finished off the demon. We got all of the landscapes made, remade the entirety of the 13 regions that I have. There's more regions that I can add, but we're not doing that just yet. Now I gotta draw the 28 new demons I added in those particular drawings. As for this one, if you want to know what the hell this one is, let me just remind myself. It was 47, right? I think this was even before yeah, this had to have been before, right? Was it before? It might have been before. No, I don't think this was before. I think I did do this in an episode. An earlier episode of Art Time, where I drew this thing here. All we saw was the body, and that's all we had. Now we got this right here. It's showcasing the creature's head and tail. There's the cat. And it's swimming in blood. So anyways, yeah. New demons are being added to the list. They've already been there, but now they're getting names. Or at least this one got a name. The other ones don't have names yet. But that's fine, because they don't need to really have names just yet. Now I don't know what this thing does just yet. All I know is it's some serpent-like demon that swims around in the blood shallows of the blood peaks. Another submergible demon within the blood peaks, at least. But it is definitely a dangerous one, that's for certain. It's going to be fun, because now I get to make new demons. New demons, new purpose, new things. Been a while since I got to do that. All the demons that I have drawn have already gotten their purpose when they were first made. Now we just made some random-ass demons, and now we can give them a purpose. Should be fun, at least. I'm not going to say anything right now for this episode. I'm going to come up with it while I am doing stuff. But all I can say is it's definitely most likely a dangerous demon. No doubt about that. So yeah. Added to the already intensity of the blood peaks, blood shallows, now you've got to worry about this thing alongside giant humanoid flesh monsters trying to get to you and myrtleize you. Not a fun time, the blood peaks, that's for certain. Matter of fact, I don't even know if there's any real safe spots. There's dozens, if not hundreds, more different types of demons in the blood peak that I haven't even gotten a chance to even get to yet, because they're just so goddamn far from where we have to get done with. Because there's 13 regions, and soon there will be even more. At least 5 more, and then sub-regions that I might have within the area, but I think exterior-wise, that would pretty much be it. I'm pretty sure that once I've gotten the last 5 exterior regions, the ones that expand further out from the normal map, that will probably be it in that direction once I've gotten like a certain shape that I want to get of the entire region. But that's fine. I can't wait to get to those though, but it's going to have to wait. Because right now, I don't think we're going to really have too much space for any demon realm demons. We got to get 28 done with. And I would prefer to get several more demons done with. Oh wait. This is T1B. And I prefer to get several more demons done with before I start making more regions. I don't know how many. Regardless of the fact, it's going to take us a while to get to new regions. Assuming, you know, Depends on what we do with Heavenly Deadland, that new series. Because once we've gotten to the end of that, it definitely is most likely going to end its first season in the limitation period before the 2 new series starts up. Or ends, I mean. The 2 new series that will start up after Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardians, that is going to end before those 2 end, and then that means we're going to have a little bit more space, at least 1 limitation period worth, before we have to move over to whatever's next. Which, at the moment, I really don't have anything else in mind. Maybe Demon Realm Survivors or something, but I think I could probably stand to increase more of the regions to get more demons in there before I even begin to think about creating a series like that. Oh, I just do a season 2 of Heavenly Deadland after the limitation period after the first season ends. That sentence made no sense, but bear with me here, man. I'm tired as hell, and I got a lot to do. I mean, you see all this fucking background that I gotta try to do, and I have less than an hour. Technically speaking. This one's probably not going to be that complex. It's just going to be this little creature looking up at you while you're standing on some goddamn flesh platform. Maybe it could jump, but it's not trying. I don't know. It's just looking at you, opening its mouth. It's not entirely referenced, obviously, because it doesn't look like this at all. But it's referenced off of a cottonmouth snake, which is highly venomous. So obviously this creature is, at the very least, venomous. This demon is. Which I guess makes sense. It probably does something with your blood. Or, you know, makes it so that your blood never clots or some shit. And when it bites you, it paralyzes you, you drown in blood, and you bleed out. I don't know, probably. There's several different types of things a demon can do with your blood. Could just completely remove your blood entirely of a millisecond, maybe. But I don't know about that one. At least not with this type. If I'm going to have some demon with the ability to do that, it's got to be a bit more freakier. Yep, it's got to be freakier. So I feel like blood thinner and constantly bleeding out probably is the best case of the action here. Demon Realm is definitely an interesting set of, what you call it. Because if you've seen some of the demons, you're going to question what the hell and why. It's not like, you know, adding in an alien race and trying to incorporate them into the planet out of which you, is Earth. It's more so just creating a dimension set to the side where people can be abducted and brought to. You know, whether it be through random portals from the Demon Realm or portals made via rulers, such as the... forgot what its name was. Vermilion Snake or some shish? The ruler of the Blood Peak. Because if I remember correctly, the ruler of the Blood Peaks brought humans or animals, whatever kind of things with blood in them, to the Blood Peaks, have them fall into the Blood Shallows. They're either going to die from the impact or miraculously survive. Depending on, like, you know, what occurs. And then, of course, if they die, their blood gets added to the Blood Shallows of the Blood Peaks, and in terms also the Blood Ocean as well. Because technically the Blood Shallows connects to the Blood Ocean. A lot of the things surrounding the Blood Ocean usually has an ocean-like side instance. Except for the drop plains. I think technically the drop plains kind of might be the only area that doesn't really have any shorelines. Well, it's plains, right? And aren't plains usually kind of high in the air? I mean, by Valheim logic, but then again, Valheim plains did have ocean lines before. Yeah, but it was more cliff-like, so maybe kind of, yeah, it's got most likely similar to that. I'm going to check something real quick. Opening up Task Manager to see my GPU. Let's see, GPU is at 43. Really? And OBS is still taking so much freaking, what do you call it? And also power usage is high for some reason. It's still 3940. Doesn't make any sense, really. I have it off of admin mode, too, so I don't know. Maybe there's a chance that when I play PlateUp or any other game, it's going to be like, oh, what's that? Yeah, I'm not on admin mode, which means I'm not going to be able to, you know, force GPU usage. And I hope that doesn't screw up any video quality. It's hard to tell. Oh, also, I forgot to put this where it needed to be placed. That's kind of annoying. That's probably a little bit too out, but I could just put this on always on top and move this. Well, the good thing about Photoshop is it doesn't utilize any GPU, so that's not an issue. Hopefully. Only when we play other games that require at least a significant amount of GPU usage. Although it does make me wonder if I were to play PlateUp with the video like lag immensely. Well, that would suck if it does, because then that would mean we'd have a Sonic Frontiers Episode 5 situation again, and that's not good. Nobody wants that. I especially don't want that. So my hope here is that that's not going to be the issue. Also, is this... it says 80, but it don't look 80. Another option is to try to get the fan or GPU cleaned. Maybe that's the problem. Who's to say, really? Yeah, I think those are different, so I'll just continue along this path. Get these all done with. I guess we'll see soon enough, won't we? First time not running in admin mode, but Photoshop hasn't really been the one that gave issues in that department. It does make me wonder. But I guess I'll have to worry about that later now, won't I? Alright. I'm tired, but I can get this done within a span of less than an hour. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, got the gums here. I don't think I got the rest of the head, did I? You know, I did. So yeah, I'll have to do like a test run or something with something or another. It's hard to say, really. Terraria hasn't really had too many issues with that, and Minecraft's been fine, so PlateUp really is the only other test that I could perform. And my hand do be tired. But I've been constantly drawing for several days. Maybe not several days, but hands are constantly in use. Probably even hear the cracks. Yep, so many cracks. And cracks here too. Too many cracks, I must say. Alright, let's see now for the body. Most of this seems simple enough. The only thing I'm not entirely too sure about is blood. It's going to be blood, obviously, because it's coming out of the blood a little bit. I guess first things first, I'll get the blood bits done with. Where am I right now? Here we go, the blood shallows. Blood shallows. Like there's going to be like a rock here or some bone, maybe. Creature in the blood water. Set up in a very particular manner that showcases the creature as is. And, well, I should probably wait until I get all the other stuff done with, so I'll just focus on this side. Probably like some kind of shadows beneath. I feel like you would be able to still see somewhat beneath blood, right? As dark as it might be, I feel like you'd still be able to see it a little bit. You got like a little showing of blood. Alright, let me see. This is going to be interesting part in seeing how the hell this is going to work. Alright, so blood 1A. It's going to have to be taking up most of this as is. The creature, you know, getting some blood splats on its body. And I'll also have to adjust the blood a little bit in terms of shadows. Shading. I feel like I could just go on ahead and do this. It's not like it's that big of a deal. Well, maybe if I do overlay. Oh yeah, overlay kind of works. No. Go to this and darken it. Overlay makes it look like it has blood stains on it, kind of. I go to this body, go to the fin. This is, yeah. And then do another blood, but the overlay again. Yeah, blood bits on this here creature's tail and most of its fin. Most of it. No, that's the wrong one. That's the erase tool, you fool. So far, it seems like everything is right. I mean, it's hard to tell. Like I said, it's hard to tell. I would have to do an entire recording of a series and hope that it doesn't give me issues like it did in Sonic Frontiers. First time running it away from admin mode, as I said. So if there's going to be issues, well, you're going to see it, or maybe you won't see it. Who knows? Depends. If I have to re-record some shish, I'm going to be annoyed. Extremely annoyed. Isn't that right, cat? Sleep cat. Alright, the only other thing I can think of here with the blood is having it come out of the creature's mouth. Like it got some blood inside of it here, gullet. Got some on its chin as well. No, get this one first. I feel like this one's gonna also have to have some regular old blood color, or whatever. Obviously, blood color. Hell am I talking about? It's obviously blood. It's red colored blood. Now, I'm talking about getting full on normal opacity. No overlay, just normal. Maybe not fully normal. Well, it depends. Blood isn't really opaque, so hard to say, really. Alright, go ahead and go to 10 real quick. Make this one slightly darker, but make this one slightly lighter, and then I'll just go over here, and we got this to make it look like a puddle of blood. Probably even make it an opacity of 90, so it's slightly opaque. There we go. And now we need blood drops. Oh, you know those blood drops, that stuff. I don't think I have anything else in terms of dark red, so I'll just make my own for now. Alright, give me the rocks. I don't think we needed other dynamics, we just needed color dynamics, spacing, and less size jitter. Oh, but bring us back to this. And go above Blood 1C. And then it's just basically dropping a whole bunch of blood. A whole bunch of blood from its mouth. Dripping down. I mean, I might have to have small bits here. Increase it a little bit. Oh yeah, and little bits of blood drips coming down from the creature's body. We'll probably have on almost all of them, actually. And we could probably make this one darker, though. Maybe delete some of it so it's not too overbearing in the blood drips. Yeah, like that one's fine. I could probably just do this for most of all of this here, right? Little bits of blood coming down from the creature's underside. Some of it coming down from the creature's tail. Let's see. Creature's tail whipping off some blood bits. So now we can get some creativeness when it comes to this new technique that I've discovered. In a sense that I can make like a nice splash effect. This is just one bit of the splash effect, but there's more. Bits of blood drops coming off of here. Like so. Although I feel like I should try to go in multiple different angles here because the fact that this is going to be hiding behind so many things. Where's the body? Where's the body? Above the tail. Ah, here, of course. More blood drops coming off of here, but it's got to be behind the creature. There's all that blood coming off of it. Body swimming through, splashing through, jumping all around, trying to get where it needs to get to. A little bit more blood drops coming out of this spot here. This spot here, this spot there. Good, great. Now we can have bits of blood splash. That's right, blood splash. Save that one as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it as well, so maybe I should make it a little bit darker instead. I mean, yeah, darker makes sense, right? And some light above it as well. Don't think it's going to be that massive. I think we should be able to get most of this done with no problem. Hopefully. Yeah, blood splash above the blood bits. Wait, what are you doing? Do this first. Man, that blood moon's got nothing on the blood ocean of the demon realm. Sure, you got giant creatures in the blood ocean of that area. The blood ocean here, and even the blood shallows around the shorelines. Ooh, there are dozens, if not thousands, of these creatures. Just waiting to just destroy your ass. That's right. Thousands. And we haven't seen all of them yet, obviously. But we have another one right here. It might not be ginormous as most, but it is definitely pretty big and dangerous, and trying to swim in blood to get away from it is not advised. Alright, and then we got blood splash coming off of here. Yeah, again, with the blood ocean the way it is, it's kind of or blood shallows, I should say, since this isn't technically the ocean yet. It's kind of difficult to get all this stuff in without having shaded in or textured in any of the blood shallow portion. So now I'm just gonna get flesh. Flesh rocks. Flesh rocks. I'm gonna say this is blood shallow blood drops as an extra thing to have. So in case I do more blood-based creatures in the blood shallows, I'll have the blood peaks swatch updated to have that. Yeah, there's the bones, but now I need flesh islands. It's either flesh islands or flesh rocks. I think it's flesh rocks. Don't make any sense. I know. But it's flesh rocks, alright? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. These are flesh rocks. And I'm going to just get these here rocks set in. It's like little bits and pieces of flesh. It's like if you shrunk somebody down to the size of a termite. You get to see little cracks of their flesh there. Like one ginormous creature. Not lore based, trust me on this one, it's just a landscape, it's not an actual creature. I already got like 2 series with giant creatures that actually make up the planet. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for one of them. And another one of them I've done on paper, but not fully, like, surprisingly, have not brought it back to life here. I'm going to say this for those who, you know, not those on YouTube, but those from way back in my past. A planet by the name of Criteria. Criteria or Criteria? Ah, yes, that one. There's obviously a few creatures there that I would have to change up. Maybe like make a doppelganger slime-like creature or some sheesh. But that's something I do kind of want to bring back at some point, and it's probably something I'm going to do in the landscape and scenery folder. On top of the scenes, if I can't find any good scenes from this series I've got to make, I got Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardian coming up soon this month. And I gotta get a lot of stuff done with. Thumbnail, many things, really. Yeah, and that's where you are standing. Right here. On top of this flesh rock thingy. But yeah, that's something I do want to bring to life at some point. I've not done that series in ages. Literally ages. It's been so long since I've done anything in the way of Criteria. And I do want to kind of bring that back to life again. I'll just put some flesh grounds up in here as well. So expect that at some point. I gotta find them. Actually, I had to have had the book somewhere, right? No, that's the Minecraft dungeon stuff. No, I think that's the... I can't even get this damn thing out. It's so giant in there. Whatever. No point in looking for it now. I've been drawing it until later this month anyways. But yes, I do have more plans for landscape and scenery. I feel like the best way for me to be able to do something like that is to have a landscape and scenery drawing that showcases dozens of creatures and whatnot. That's probably what I'm going to do. No doubt about that. But anyways, yeah, that's going to be an interesting series to bring back. And I can't wait. But I'm going to have to wait. And I might not even get it done with this month. I probably might have to do it next month and have like an array in between. But I'd rather not have array in between either. That's the problems with the months ahead. There's so many things that I'm going to have to do. I've given myself more work by having Heavenly Deadlands and, you know, all the other stuff. Which is good because the more I have to do, the more series I can create. And the more series I can create, the better my chances eventually I'll get picked up by some animation studios and they can animate one of my series. I mean, they animated Harry Potter, probably had concept art, which I do have for some of them. I mean, I do have the concept art there for some stuff. Maybe. It's a possibility, but the chances of that is pretty low for somebody like me who isn't really that famous on anything like YouTube or Twitter. DeviantArt, on the other hand, we seem to be doing decent enough. We're getting close to 2K watchers. Not quite, but we're close. Matter of fact, I can look up exactly how much I have. According to this, I have 1.747, so I'm almost at 1.8. Or in other words, 1,747. I don't know why I said 1.747. 1.7K watchers, exactly 1,745, or whatever the number was. So, anywho's in wits, yeah. It's a process and a half that requires mostly luck and getting a full series made. But who knows? Crazier things have happened in the world. But nothing good would ever happen for me now, would it? No, I just stay stagnant in anything new I try to do. I'm glad that DeviantArt is at least growing considerably. Knowingly, though, Twitter is in the opposite spectrum. It's growing, but it's bots, and I removed the bots. So we're still stuck at like 24. If I didn't remove any of the bots, I probably would be at 100 right now, but I don't want bots. I really would rather prefer not to have any bots on Twitter that I can, like, help. So yeah, that's what we have been dealing with. Instagram, I don't even know where the hell it's at. I could just look it up here. Not like it matters. I can't even post from here. Apparently I got 21 followers on Instagram. I thought I was at 16 before, but I guess not. Good, great. Again, Instagram isn't really a main focus either. It's just some random place, you know, on site where I post safe for work stuff. All the not safe for work stuff, i.e. the mature drawings, the fetish art and that stuff. This stuff is fine, apparently. The fetish art, now that's different. Although that's more so just, like, it's a different level of mature. You know what it's like. You know what I mean. This one, on the other hand, while it is bloody and it is mature, it is A-OK to post. Violence is a hell of a lot more acceptable than kinks, apparently. And that is to be expected. Yeah. Anyways, we got ourselves texture process here. There's more that I'm going to add here. Bits of rocks and whatnot. See all these flesh rocks and whatnot. That's just all over the place. And just imagine trying to swim in this mess. Now, I don't exactly know how big this creature is, because it looks pretty big, but if you look at the Blood Peaks drawing right here, this thing is about larger than one man's elbow, and that's just part of its body. As you can see, that's like 3 bits there. Could be just like, you know, this, and then this, and then there's the tail. Might be big enough to swallow a human whole, or there's varying sizes. Also, there are bones. I gotta remember, oh yeah, those things. Gotta worry about those things. The stomach worms that reside within here. These mofos hiding behind these giant bone bits. Bone bits. Regular bone bits. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to traverse, and it's a nightmare to just be in. But it makes sense. It's not called the Blood Peak for no reason. Nope. It has its name down pat. But, yeah. This place, while it is huge, you're more than likely to run into a creature than you are to win the lottery. Which, I guess, that's a very low bar. You're more than likely to run into the creature run into a demon than you would run into an animal that's wanting to kill you in Australia, in the wilds. In other words, you're most likely going to just get ganked out of existence within a millisecond of stepping foot into a region. Depends on what creature or what demon you come across. You could come across a very dangerous demon. You could come across a docile demon. You could come across a dangerous demon that's actually pretty easy to deal with if you know how it works and whatnot. Needless to say, your chances of getting murdered by demons here is high. Very high. Higher than most areas on the planet. Jump into the ocean, where there's a crap ton of giant sea creatures that's hungry and wanting to kill something to eat. Well, let's just say that you have a 1% chance of surviving the ocean, more so than the negative 50% chance of surviving the blood ocean of the demon realm. I don't know what the hell I was going with that train of thought, but I almost got there. Almost. You have a better chance at surviving in an ocean full of hungry sea creatures that eat human flesh than you would in anywhere in the demon realm outside of the Dark Beach, of course, because the Dark Beach is the safest place. Well, even so, it's hard to really say. Flesh rocks. Ooh, flesh rocks. Like the fleshlight variation of anal bead. God. Yes, flesh rocks. Let me just grab a piece of sinew, a very tiny, minuscule, string-like piece of sinew, very durable, and drill a hole in these flesh rocks, and boom, I got myself anal flesh. Fleshal beads. Sure, why not? Ugh. Christ, Hyman. Where the hell did this go? It went places. I don't know if we should have gone to those places, but we're sticking to our guns, and we probably shouldn't. Oh well, fleshal beads. And you got yourself right there as a nice living strip. It's not the Dark Beach. It's a place full of death, blood, and dismemberment. And there's nothing sexual about this. Unless you're someone who's into gore. This is bone fragments. I didn't want to grab bone fragments. I wanted flesh rocks, you idiot. God dang it. Well, I gotta redo these flesh rocks now. Got the wrong color fleshal beads. It gets you every time, you know? Yeah. Christ. Even Christ wouldn't want to freaking come down here to talk about. Maybe he would. Who knows? Maybe he was into some really freaky shit before people made him out to be the Messiah or something. I mean, it was pretty olden days back in the days. Who knows? He just might have been a bottom. When did we get to that? How did we get to that? Yep. We're drawing a blood snake in the demon realm and talking about how Jesus was a bottom. Whatever he was into, well, that's up to you to decide. Was he in the both? Did he hand his... I don't even think he had time to get a wife. But if he did get time to have a wife, did he hand her... Yes, a strap-on. Yeah, there you go, Jesus. Your wife wants to take a dang old step to the next level, and Jesus like, right on, man. Why is he Elvis all of a sudden? I don't know. Imagine a world where he's actually Elvis. Right on, man. Thank you. Thank you very much, wife. From Alabama Dallas and peg my silly. Oh. God. It just doesn't even sound like Elvis anymore. I don't even know who it sounds like. Cursed Elvis. How much you want to bet Elvis was a bum too? Why is everybody bottoms all of a sudden? What happened? What are you doing? You should be killing people, not invoking sexual thoughts. And got ourselves a whole bunch of blood rocks. They should be thinking about psychopathic serial killers. I can't name a single one. But you should be thinking about it. Yeah, all this blood rocks. Whether or not that's rocks or just like little bits and pieces of blood chunks just floating on the surface of the blood, that's up to you to decide. It's not shallow. I mean, it is shallow, but it's kind of like up to here, neck shallow, shoulder shallow, breast shallow. Well, for me, it would probably be like up to here. To other people, it would probably be up to here. Most critical would be screwed 10 times over, unless he can swim in blood. Well, then again, everybody else would just be screwed anyways, unless they can somehow manage to get close to the edge. And even then, there's no guarantee you're going to survive the potential onslaught of demons. Alright, we're going to get some sparkles, or in this case... Actually, I don't know what this is. Definitely not, bright sparkles, that's for certain, but it is something. And I can't even see it, can you? No, I can't. I'm going to just remove the other dynamic for a second and just see if I can actually see it. It's there! It is there! Okay, this shouldn't be here. Where is it? It's here. Where is this? Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's very small. Part of me wonders if it's even worth trying to do because it's so unnoticeable. Did I have bone fragments? I did, but is that the bone fragment I want? I mean, maybe. What do I have? Color dynamic? I did. I'll make one slightly darker. And I'm going to try to, maybe not scatter it, but increase the spacing. Reduce the angle jitter. More bones, but not a lot of bones, just enough bones. Okay, other dynamic then, I guess, and even less angle jitter. See bits of bone fragment. Not too much now, just a little bit. Now I'm going to have this bone fragment be broken off. I can't even tell where all the other bones are. It's hard to say in this place. This place full of blood. There's more that I can do too. Don't worry, I got more in mind. Wait a minute, what? Oh, for fuck's sakes, I saved the wrong freaking color. God, you suck, man. Fine, I'll get another one, and this time I'll call it Blood Drops instead. And I'll put it next to Blood Shallow. God fucking damn it, I hate that so much. Alright, here we go again. All because you just couldn't do the thing properly. Alright, color dynamic, other dynamic. Scatter, jitter size. It might even be fine as it is. Blood particles. And it's not going to look like this. But this is the general idea that I have in mind. To try to do a little bit extra with the blood peaks. You'll see what I have in a minute. You'll see what I have in mind soon enough. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do an overlay. Okay, that was a bit too much. If I was going to do something... Oh, it's even more too much. Overlay could work, but let's bring it down to 50, and let's go on ahead. I mean, you see like a lot of bits and viscerals of the blood inside of the blood, right? The chunks of blood? Yes? If I did normal. Well, if I did normal, at least it looks somewhat, different. You can see some of it doing its thing. I'm going to go over to the blood shallows real quick. Increase the brightness of some of the bits. I'm going to go into the shadows and try to make some bits darker. Obviously, shallows is probably going to have a lot more darker bits to it, like here. Shallow bits means that it's got more shish to it. As in, it's a lot less, low in the grand spectrum of things. Probably should make this one darker or something. Compared to the tail here, I probably should make that one darker. I'd say maybe put bubbles in it, but these particles kind of already replicate bubbles, so maybe that's not needed. And I would say the only other thing I probably could add here is blood. At the very least on these things. A flow of 10, though. There we go. We have it match the shade of the depths of the dark blood shallows. At least as best as we can. Christ's sakes. And I would say the only other thing I could do here is put this bit here towards the bottom to make this blend a different way. I'll make it like 70 or something. God damn it, I did the stupid. Go figure. It's fine. Could you just... There we go. Flash 1C and Flash 1B. I probably could make it like 10 for areas like this. That's a bit more brighter. So I could probably just leave it as 10. Oh, now this is going to be the interesting part. As I post this particular demon, I gotta also attempt to try and do 2 different types of descriptions. One that's longer, and one that's shorter, and I update the blood peaks with it. I'll probably try to keep the blood peaks in the folder with the blood peaks demon resides up high, as best as I can. But yeah, that's the idea. I'm going to make this a bit more visceral. Okay, good. I've not much time, so let's try to hurry it up and put this to a close. If I could do that, then I'll be done. And after that, I'm not sure. Well, I don't think we need to really have everything be shadow-wise separate. Pretty sure I could just keep everything on here as is. It's not really too much shadows I can put in an area full of blood. Yeah, I believe I'm back up here. It's hard to tell. And you can barely even see the blood in this thing's mouth. I could probably try to increase the size of it, or the brightness of it a little. So you see bits of the blood kind of just there, doing its thing. Alright, go back to shadows before I accidentally put this on the blood layer and ruin everything. I would do that, wouldn't I? Alright, get some shadows along the edges here. Yeah, see, the shadow's barely getting much space here. Barely much of anything of use, unfortunately. Alright, now for this bit, easy enough. This bit over here. This bit, that bit, all these bits. Not too much shadows really needed, so I'm kind of just doing this for no reason. Alright, good. And now for the fog. I gotta say, this looks better than most of the other demons from, like, way long ago. I don't even remember what the last Blood Peaks demon was, but it definitely wasn't recent. That's for certain. I could probably try to look it up. I got some time. I could probably try looking it up real quick. Demon Realm. Blood Peaks. Yeah, it was the Crimson Hornet, and this was back in 2017. Damn. So, I don't even remember when the hell that was, but it had to have been like, what, album 15, 16? This is 16. Ah, here it is, 16, I was right. The Crimson Hornet, right here. This thing, that is album 16. Such a long-ass time ago. And now look at it. Most recent demon with a much nicer looking area. Not fully done yet, obviously, but that's fine. Don't know what more I have in plan for this, but I think, yeah, too much. I'm not entirely too sure. Blue kind of works better. What was it again? Blue with a nice red color to it. So I don't think we need more than like one fog. I think I could just, or yeah, we could just keep one fog here. Now we got our bold balloon rays. I'll just copy that so I don't have to keep typing that in. Go to lighting, go to the brush, go to this, go to 10, and let's go to red. I think this was the color I used for this. Oh yeah. Look at that nice bright red light shining down on this here demon getting ready to myrtleize you. I gotta say, these particular Demon Realm demon drawings have improved by a hell of a lot. I'm glad I've gotten better. I don't know if there's a notable difference from the first episode of Art Time. We've always been decent. I know you guys weren't here to see the episode because I did this off camera, but I did this one animal's drawing of Gopher Hole. Right here. Gopher Hole. Gopher's a little bit... It's supposed to be like light coming down from the shine there, but I try not to give them like human-esque eyes, more like beady eyes. But yeah, look at all that. A lot more here. It's simplistic drawing. That was done in less than, like, what? A couple hours or so? I would say. This, well, it's a bit tricky. We started it earlier today, and it's almost, 4 o'clock. But that was primarily because I started working on this here. Got the the texture finished. And the background outlined, so now I am able to just work on the background. I fear as though I might not be able to work on it at the moment, though, so unfortunately it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all, Old boom flares. And that should take care of most of that. Try to get rid of some of the flares and particles around the creature's face and body. No, that's too much. I got flares here, yeah. And that takes care of the flare portion. Ow. Shadow rays. Now I will scroll up. Get this shit done with. And let's get this done with. Shadow rays beneath it. Again, you can barely see much of the creature here. But it's fine. Same thing with the bones over here. Or much of the shadow rays, I mean. You can barely see much of the shadow rays here. What I meant to say, but my brain never wants to work. And it's annoying. Alright, so we got now light orange area. Go to effects, change this to this. No, 109, 100. Can't even imagine what 109 would do. That seems a bit too bright. What about regular old orange? Orange could work. Orange area. I could probably get some yellow area as well, maybe. Let's see. Yellow. No, yellow. 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 Pink area. And now we've got teal area. I guess, I don't know, it's hard to say. Do I want it to be darker, or do I want it to be brighter? I say brighter. And I could probably get some more things in here. We've been at this for only an hour. Interesting. Alright, now we can get some, no, light blue. Alright, yeah, a little bit here, but not too much. I could probably get maybe a magenta area, but maybe not. I don't think I can. Oh, never mind, I thought it wouldn't work, but it actually is working quite well. Interesting. Maybe I can get some dark blue as well? Hard to say, really. Dark blue back here. Dark blue back here. Maybe here and here, but other than that... Nah, not here and here. That's fine. Alright, good. Great. Now for the sepia. This is the one I'm unsure of right now. What exactly do I want this to be? Alright. So, could be a blue, two blue. Again, two blue. Like, it could be good here. Is there any magentas I can use? Brighter magenta. Wait, didn't I do like a light purple kind of? Yeah, I might have done a light purple, and then I might have had some teal off in this direction. So you see like an area of the, you know, bull balloon's rays just somehow perfectly shining down on this here Bloodmouth Trudger. Slowly trudging through that there, what you call it? What you looking at, EP cat? You EP? That's EP. Why you EP? Oh. Look at that, look, I'm gonna boop the snoop. Boop. And I think that might be all. Might be. Seems like it is. Let's see. Nah, I can't really think of anything else I could add here without it being too much. So I'd say this is good. Some blood rocks, or flesh rocks, I'd say, bones and whatnot. So there you go. The Bloodmouth Trudger. With effects, without effects. With effects, without effects. The effects are very minute, but it still looks pretty good. Shining down on this creature's body, showcasing its horribleness to the whole world before us. Yeah. So anyways, that's all for today's episode, folks. So with that being said, thank y'all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Art Time right over here, and most recent episode of Played Up ROTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.